Hi there and welcome back, my friends. We're in Torment, Tides of Numenera. We're visiting strange fathoms in the labyrinth of your mind and our mind, and we have met Matkina, and she needs something from another fathom.
Of course.
We haven't found yet, but still we want to explore this fathom, which is the village of Kholm.
Let's go.
Already met Tash, who disappeared after we freed her. These halls are markedly different from the stone homes below, as if they were from a different village.
Let's go.
And this? Voices whisper to you from the gold expanse beyond this village. None of it is real. Just the memories of your fellow casters. And what's in this statue? You look up. The stone figure looks down, holding a circular symbol in its hands. This thing. Hair, or perhaps tendrils, curl from the edges of the hood that covers most of the statue's angular face. Abstract patterns race along the folds and wrinkles of the statue's robes. We'll examine the statue. It's not immediately apparent who the statue portrayed. Perhaps this was a major figure in another caster's life and found its way here somehow. You may never know. The symbol itself is a collection of shapes, a cross within a square inside a circle. Let's touch the circle, the outer thing. You brush your hand against the circle and a vision enfolds you in its arms, showing you a ghostly woman's face, the same ghostly woman you met in the calm of your mind. Anguish fades from her in the translucent light. Before long her face is flesh once more. Release the circle and the vision fades. Oh, let's touch the square now. A vision falls upon you, showing you a single figure kneeling at the peak of a jagged pile of bones. You cannot tell if it's a man or a woman, but the cast of tattoo is clearly visible. All you can hear are the whispered words, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." Oh, this is creepy. Release the square and the vision fades. We'll touch the cross. A vision cracks open your mind, showing you a billowing, towering creature, screaming with 1,000 mouths. She's devouring herself. She is the Avenger, targeted for revenge, and she is dying. So you release the cross and the vision fades. Let's try to pull the symbol free. You lay both hands upon the symbol, pull, and a vision unfolds before your eyes. You tower over the world, crossing it with great invisible strides. Faces blur beneath you, a sea of them, but all of them have one thing in common. No cast of tattoos. You and your siblings are nowhere to be seen. The image fades when you release the symbol firmly held in the statue's grip. Nonetheless, you still feel the rough edges of it on your palms, if only for a second. Examine it again. You still have no idea who this statue portrays or how it came to be here. There's a cross within a square inside a circle. And leave the statue alone now, I guess.
Absolutely. I'm here to help.
Does this help? Save the children, Ning.
Right.
Save them. Probably not. Need to go to another fathom. And there's only one left.
Now.
Well, let's go there and find out what we need. Here we go. Wow, this looks pretty creepy. Are these alien Egyptian space statues? What is that? What the? What in the... I'm kind of don't want to go through this. But it's the only way, eh?
Let's go.
We're swimming here? We're swimming.
Absolutely. I'm here to help.
What's that? Hey there. A Jibra. Can we talk to you? Oh, not another tourist. The guides are that way.
Something I can do?
All right. That. Water emerging from these tubes tastes like
I'm going.
thyme? Strange liquids and even creatures sit in these jars and containers as though for sale. However, they are as immovable as the rock. Who is this guy? Loyhan stalls. The wiry gibber gives you a nod as you approach, his lips crooked into a friendly smile. Although his relaxed posture suggests a measure of comfort with his surroundings, his hand is wrapped tightly, almost nervously, around a tattered, leather-bound notebook. Inexplicably, the book seems unaffected by the water. Loyhan stalls, he says with another nod, census taker and demographer, plenipotentiary by appointment of the Giash. The Giash. All right, he opens his book, leaning it back so its contents remain hidden. I mean, if it's from the Giash, it can only be serious business. And pulls out a kill pen. Might you spare a moment for a few questions? I feel we're in a toll office or something. Is it really a good idea to use a leather book underwater? He glances first at the tome, whose marble cover shows no sign of wear or tear, then at the quill pen between his fingertips. After a moment he shrugs. I suppose it could be a Numenera of some sort, or maybe the leather is tanned from some sort of hydrophobic hide. He looks again from the book to the quill and then back to the book. Strange, though. Concedes, truth be told, I hadn't particularly thought about it. Can I see that book? You may not, he answers. Out of the question. Absolutely forbidden. Peeks inside it and snaps it shut again. As you can imagine, it is replete with sensitive personal information. The Giash vouchsafes the privacy of its citizens, and naturally, as the Giash agent, I must do the same. We snatch the book away. Can Rin do that? Rin could absolutely do it. Yeah, she can do that. Nice. With that maneuver, you slip the book from his arm, opening it before he can react. When he sees what you've done, more relieved than dismayed. Go ahead, there's no harm to be done. Return it when you're finished. Far from being full of personal information, the book is overwhelmingly empty. There are only 5 pages that aren't blank. Each is a solid color: indigo, blue, gold, silver, and red. Oh, the tides. The center of each is your familiar tattoo, like a deletion, an absence of color. Are these our tides? Let's look at the gold page. Lying prone on the dune, the pale grey cloak and cowl blending with the drit, you are surely invisible to the distant caravaneers. They can no more see you than they can detect the iron wind howling their way. They are ignorant of the line being drawn across their lives, as ignorant of the calm before. They are of the coming storm. Later this moment will matter. Not just for them, for the wind can know no master. But what it sows can be reaped, its fruits fermented into toxins. Your brothers and sisters are hard to kill. Faith is hard to kill. Too many of them still revel in the bodies of your father gave them. Groveling for the half-chewed meat he's tossed away. When the flesh fails, faith will follow. No one loves a father who can't protect them. The drit begins to stir. The wind is coming, and with it change. You give those who lie in its way no warning. These are cast of memories. There's some familiarity to them. But that's nothing new in this place. If we do it again. The iron wind, the doomed caravan, and the dream of breaking faith with broken bodies. That's where gold failed? I don't know. Let's look at indigo. Smells. Brackish water fouled with schist, burning hair, garbage rotting beneath the sun. It's you they're burning. Your feet are wet, but they're burning too. Differently, they're flayed, and the filthy salt water sets your nerves aflame. Why? Why are they doing this? Through the smoke, through the pain, you see a ruined land, poisoned, stripped, murdered. The natives want you to look at the stone tablet. They gibber about a contract graven in the rock generations ago. A trade, a promise. It wasn't you who made it, you swear it. You swore it before as the folk first pleaded, and then howled about the living's fear they grew for you. They sapped the land's health, and drove the earth below the sea to quicken the sphere. Madness, pain and madness, your entire life. Pain and madness and fire, a few hours and nothing else, and it will all end. It wasn't me, I wasn't even here. Death without reason, punishment without crime, a legacy of ash, washed away in a rising tide. The blue page. There's a time to question and a time to obey. As a soldier, you know the difference. As a friend, even. Does she really mean to put her trust in this Pendant? Pedant. His studies adorned trophies and accolades. Particularly large one commends his recipient for solving a complex fraud permeating the entire operation of the caravanserai. Vanity. The very organization of the room, not a clutter but a catalogue, is a shrine to self-love. As an officer, you disappear behind your ribbons. You obliterate yourself. This puzzle breaker has done exactly the opposite. Obedience. The order is given. Your job is to secure the services of a brilliant mind for whom no conundrum has proven insoluble. To ask, to wonder, to ponder, those tasks are for another. Let the endless battle end. Let the dying stop. Oh, so we examined the blue page. Ah, okay. Now the silver. Across from you is a fellow caster, a fellow officer, a fellow gambler. Eyes inscrutable, cards impossible to guess. The other players are broke. Their companies, bonuses, and even material pissed away at the table. Tomorrow some will die for want of shield ciphers, others will live because a captain drew a trump card. Chance, but iterate chance enough, and probabilities become inevitable, and the battle never ends. It's leave you're playing for you and your soldiers, nearly every company being sent to Ansau to deal with the Chalcedon's assault, but one lucky band will have a milk run and a good debauching, not yours though. The cards in your hand are low. You know your bluff will be called. Tomorrow your grunts will be in the thick of it. This lark nibber will be playing nursemaid to an Aeon priest. Luck. Dumb luck grinding beneath it, all pride and striving. The red page. You're singing. You were born singing. It shifts your senses away from the smells. It shifts your mind away from the shame. You like the doing of it, the escape from being trapped in your own thoughts. You've seen others that he made, cast-offs, strong and fast and beautiful, human, even a gibra once, swift swimmer, smelling of burnt copper. To yourself in the dark you sing of them, their lives beyond the ghetto's bounds. Couldn't leave, couldn't you? Any action, any change would surely be better. Perhaps not. Every song has its place, the space that holds its sound best, where echoes and reverberations harmonize. This is your place. He locked you here for better and for worse. You are your own shackles, so you sing. So many memories, so many lifetimes trapped within this place. The weight of it is overwhelming. We'll return the book to Loyan. He was happy to have it back. The book is basically empty. The only pages with anything on them are just marked with my tattoo. The gibra's gills flutter in what seems to be an expression of agitation, and he clutches the book to his body. Well, basically, that's an important qualification. Then he shakes his head and groans. Very well, I confess. I'm not even the one who filled out those entries. I think they've been here the whole time. He groans again. The chief demographer will have my scales, I fear. But truth be told, there just doesn't seem anyone to interview. Odd, isn't it? He shrugs it off. I'll be happy to answer your questions now. Lawyer nods excitedly, touches the quill to the page and opens his mouth. Well, he gives an awkward laugh. I suppose I should. He blinks and shakes his head. With renewed enthusiasm he begins again. Yes, I'm sure the first thing to ask would be... Cuffs and closes the book. Strange, very strange. Well, maybe you have some questions for me? I look in your census book again. Yes. Lawyer says, now that you've seen it once already... He hands you the book, which is unchanged. Only 5 out of the hundreds of pages have any markings on them. Indigo, blue, gold, silver and red pages with your tattoo blotting out in the color of the center. Okay. We'll return the book again and let's continue our travels. Thank you, Loyan stalls.
Let's go off. Show them what we've learned.
And here, strange liquids and even creatures sit in these jars and containers. For sale, however, they are as immovable as a rock. The shimmering film appears to be strong as steel. And now, I mean, these paths, can we ignore these paths? We should be, because it's water, right? Yeah, we can. But there's Tibia and Lavinia. Obi, please. The water pulses with the shimmering of this dark veil, belying the falsity of this underwater fabrication. I'd take it back if I could. So this is Lavinia, first time we've seen him. Let's talk to Tibia. My goodness. Crackling heat washes over you, and you instinctively shield your eyes. When you move your hand, you are no longer in an underwater marketplace. You stand at the center of a village in flames. Tibia, a bruise blooming on his swollen cheek, tries to touch the back of the large man facing away from him. His hands go through the man as if he weren't there. Come with me, Owinia, Tibia pleads. You don't need to stay here. We can leave this place behind us and never come back. I thought he's dead. I know he died, didn't he? Owinia turns. Fresh blood spreads around the wounds in his wide chest, and his face is heavy with sorrow. You never learned, he says, shaking his head. I was never about the lying or the cheating. I would have forgiven all of that, fool that I was. His eyes rove over the burning huts that only the three of you can see. They needed us. They hired us to protect them, and you sold them out. He loves him, Rin says almost to herself, so much that it hurts. Owinia, did you hit Tibia? Yes, says Owinia, turning to you. When I caught him driving families from their homes, I lost my temper. And I never forgot the look on his face after I struck him, the fear in his eyes. No one died, said Tibia. I burned the village to scare them out. Tibia protests weakly, staring at the ground, but the money was good, and I wanted to hurt you. Oh, Ty, Owen says, holding his wounds, you did. He's barely visible now, as insubstantial as the black smoke pouring into the air. You taught me to see things the way you did. The world wasn't kind, and that it broke kind men. He lifts his eyes. But it was you that broke me. You taught me to hate my instincts, to call myself a fool for wanting to save people. But you weren't, Tibia says, clutching at Owinia again. This time he nearly catches hold before his fingers sink through his lover's arm, like a man trying to hold onto fog. You taught me what a good man was. I didn't listen, but I heard. He lowers his head. That's why I never went looking for you. I couldn't stand breaking your heart again. Scanthals, I didn't know. I couldn't. Not to be met before I met the cast-off girl. Owinia reaches out and cups Tibia's face, holding it with hands growing solid. My heart is always stronger than you thought, he says softly. He faces you, waiting. Can you stay for him, Owinia? I'm not here now, he says gently, and no, I can't stay. With a sob, Tibia clutches at him, tangling his fingers in the larger man's clothes. Owinia steps into Tibia's arms. Smoke, becoming flesh, holds him and kisses the crown of his head. We were the same, Ty and me. We both wanted a kinder world. But he stopped believing, and I let him. Owinia smiles at you. You didn't. You blink. It seems to last a very long time. You sense words being spoken, words that are not meant for you to hear. You sense a kiss lasting lifetimes. When you open your eyes, Owinia is gone, and you stand in the marketplace once more. Tibia rubs reddened eyes with a slow, shaking hand. Light glitters off the two rings there. Ready to go when you are, he says quietly. And we have Tibia's linked rings. 10% critical success chance on all tasks, 3 health. And we got Tibia's linked rings with 10% critical success chance on all tasks. That's very nice. Only usable by Tibia. Tibia wears these 2 plain tarnished rings on one finger. They seem to fit together, even though no one is much larger than the other. 3 health too. Ready to go when you are, he says quietly. They're going to be alright? Not at all, if I'm being honest, he says with a crooked smile, but the day isn't getting any shorter. Ready to go? Come with me. Gladly, lass.
All right.
Yay! We got Tybia back. Oh, we did it. The dream team. Poor we might bring out of the party again when we might meet Teague. Tybia has learned something. He's got the impossible blade still. Let's see what we can do. Limits of human capacity. Yeah. Oh, ability of skill. Got good skills. Combat skills would be interesting, right? Running or stealth? Not really. What abilities would we get? Would improve feint or issue challenge? Also not too good. Mostly used speed with him. Well, let's give him a speed edge. I think. Yeah. Edge also reduces the activation cost of abilities, making them free to activate. Yeah. Here we go. A little more. Speed edge. Nice. And here we have the water pulse with the shimmering of this dark whale belying the falsity of this underwater fabrication. What does this Gibra do? Can we talk to him? You know the way to Pirlandra Park? I seem to have lost it. So, we've gained Tybia, and I think continue this in the next episode. And we see if we can find something more. Or maybe someone more. Here in these made-up things of our mind, like these golden figures. What are they? The enlightened Buddhas? We don't know. They're enlightened Gibras, probably. Have a great time until next time and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out. See you soon, my friends.